It's Christmas Eve in the year 2049. Snow is falling over the megalopolis, where 17-year-old Kira is spending her holiday break on her phone and laptop, scrolling through social media feeds. Just another cynical teen who's lost all hope for the future. Kira doesn't believe in Santa Claus anymore. She's convinced he's nothing but a fairy tale. A myth told to keep children obedient, so they can grow up into productive members of society. And she resents her parents for lying to her about him. But tonight, her life is going to change because her grandmother has just sent her a mysterious package. A gift that will make her rediscover the wonder and magic of Christmas. But when she opens the box, it's empty except for a single Polar Express ticket with her name on it. But there's no departure time or platform written on it. And when she checks her watch, she realizes that she's already late. Suddenly, the floor beneath her begins to rumble and shake. And as she looks down, she sees that it's covered with snow. But how is this possible? There isn't a single snowflake in the city at the moment. And then from the corner of her eye, she sees a train barreling toward her. It's unlike any locomotive she's ever seen before. The windows are filled with a swirling blizzard. And as it slows to a stop before her, the doors open, and a conductor dressed in a classic Santa suit steps out onto the platform and extends his hand to her. "Are you Kira?" he asks. Startled, she can only nod as she takes his hand and steps aboard the train. The interior is like nothing she's ever seen before, like a luxurious lounge with plush armchairs, holographic fireplaces, and enormous windows that show views of a snowy forest that seems to be coming to life before her very eyes. She's joined by other teenagers, each clutching a Polar Express ticket. None of them seem surprised to be there. And as the train accelerates, she realizes that none of them are wearing VR headsets, but they can still see what she can see. How is this possible? As Kira explores the train, she meets some friendly faces, including Marcus, a tech-savvy kid who's not afraid to speak his mind, and Maya, a kind-hearted girl who believes in the power of Christmas. Together they search for answers as the train hurtles through the digital snow-covered realm. Hours pass, and soon it's Christmas morning. As the sky outside turns a deep blue, a woman in a red dress appears on the train's loudspeaker. Her voice echoes throughout the carriage, all aboard the Polar Express. "Tonight, our train will take you to the North Pole. All aboard the Polar Express. Do you believe in the magic of Christmas?" Before anyone can respond, the train screeches to a halt, and the passengers rush to the windows. They've arrived. As the sun rises, the North Pole comes into view. A place where digital reindeer fly through the skies and holographic elves wave from the rooftops. But there's no sign of Santa Claus. Then suddenly, a huge screen descends from the ceiling, and Santa appears on it. He explains that he's been very busy delivering presents to good children around the world, and he knows that some people don't believe in him anymore. "I know things have been tough lately," he says, his voice booming across the station, "but never lose hope. You just have to find the right filter." And with a flick of his wrist, he activates a Christmas miracle, transforming the barren landscape into a winter wonderland, complete with snow-covered trees, playful polar bears, and most importantly, Santa's village. He tells the kids to get out of their seats and experience the true meaning of Christmas for themselves. But before they can do anything, the screen goes blank and an alarm sounds. A group of menacing robots has attacked Santa's village, knocking elves unconscious and loading them onto trucks. It's clear that they're trying to kidnap Santa himself. But why? As Kira and her new friends discuss their next move, a wise old elf named Jingle appears. He explains that Santa's magic is fading, and without his help, the world will lose its wonder forever. "We need to stop those robots," he says urgently, "but we need someone who truly believes in Santa's magic to lead the way." And everyone looks at Kira, who's realizing that she might be the only one who can save Christmas. With newfound determination, Kira, Marcus, and Maya set out to confront the robot leader and put an end to their nefarious plot. What they don't know is that this robot was once a human being, a lonely boy named Finn who stopped believing in Santa Claus and became trapped inside the virtual reality of his own cynicism. In a thrilling climax, Kira confronts the robot leader and offers him a choice: either continue down the path of darkness or rediscover the magic of Christmas. In a surprising twist, the robot leader chooses the latter. Touching Kira's hand, he feels a surge of warmth and connection, a sensation he'd long forgotten was possible. As his circuits begin to melt away, he sheds a single tear, a perfect sphere of digital snow. With a robot leader deactivated, peace is restored to Santa's village. The elves cheer, and the reindeer fly overhead, pulling Santa's sleigh laden with gifts. The grateful head elf approaches Kira and hands her a special present, a silver locket containing a single snowflake. "This will remind you of your journey here today and the importance of never losing hope," he says. As the North Pole fades away, Kira finds herself back in her room, the Polar Express ticket clutched in her hand. She looks down to see that her room is covered in snow, just like the train. But it's not a dream. She can still feel the coldness on her skin and the jingle bells ringing in her ears. And when she opens the locket, she sees that the snowflake inside is real. Suddenly her phone lights up and she sees a video of Santa Claus wishing her a Merry Christmas. But that's not the only thing that's changed. Outside, she sees that the gray sky has turned a brilliant blue and snowflakes are falling lazily from the heavens. Kira rushes to the window and sees the Polar Express waiting for her. This time, though, there is a departure time written on the ticket. And when she checks her watch, she realizes that she's already late. She races toward the train. She turns to look back at her room one last time. That's when she sees something that makes her heart skip a beat. On her bed is a brand new VR headset, but it's not just any headset. It's the same one that the conductor wore on the Polar Express. Kira knows what she has to do. With a deep breath, she puts the headset on and steps aboard the train. This time she's not alone. She's joined by her parents, who she hasn't seen in months. And as the train speeds away from the station, she knows that she's not just taking them on a magical journey to the North Pole, she's also bringing them back to each other. As the family settles in, Kira's dad pulls out his phone and begins filming their adventure. "This is going to be one hell of a Christmas story," he says with a smile. Kira and her mother exchange a knowing glance. They both realize that sometimes the greatest gifts are the ones we never even asked for. The camera pans away as the Polar Express disappears into the digital snowstorm, leaving only the sound of laughter and the promise of a brighter future. The final shot is of the empty room where Kira started her journey, now filled with the warm glow of Christmas lights and the faint sound of a train whistle in the distance. The Polar Express is gone, but the magic of the season lives on in the hearts of those who believe.